and very happy to be here with Andre. Andre was one of our validation formula students, our online mentoring program. And he's a civil structural engineer with a very interesting projects in his career. And I would like to thank you, Andre, for your time, to donate your time to share with us here tonight a little bit about your journey to your validation. And but first, for those that don't know me, perhaps there's somebody in the audience that don't know me yet. My name is Gerson Ida. I'm the founder of the website www.engineersinaustralia.com, a website to share content to help you in your journey for your validation. And I invited Andre, and I'm very happy that Andre was one of our very dedicated students of the online mentoring program. And he's been validated as a civil structural engineer with Engineers Australia. So welcome, Andre. And I believe that you are one of, well, you're probably my neighbor here in Brisbane. You still living in Brisbane?
Yeah. Yes, I am. We're probably close.
Yeah. Are you Albion?
No, I'm in Wollongabba at the moment.
No. Wollongabba at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, very close. Just a few kilometers from my place. Yeah. So, yeah, tonight's chat is very informal, Andre. You don't need to be nervous. We will be chatting about your journey to your validation. So, I'd just like to ask you guys, ask you, Andre, where are you from? When did you come to Australia? Why did you come to Australia? Yeah, start just with a quick introduction, please.
All right. Yeah. First, thanks for inviting me. Like, it's a pleasure to share my experience with my fellow engineering friends, and hopefully I'm going to be able to inspire some people to start their own journey in this validation process. And well, so I was working as an engineer in Brazil in 2018, and I decided to move to Australia because I had an experience before in the United States. It was my first exchange program. And ever since I had that experience, I've always had in my mind that I wanted to, like live that again, go overseas again, because I think once you go outside of your comfort zone and experience new cultures, and you broaden your horizons, like you always feel that thing inside of you that you want to go out and experience that again. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to come here. So I exited my job as an engineer back in Brazil to come, and my brother was living here too. And that motivated me to come to Australia and have an amazing experience here.
Yeah, and when did you come? Sorry,
I arrived here in August 2018. 3 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. And did you come as like everybody else, as an international student?
Yes. At first, my intentions were not to stay here. I wanted to go back to Brazil. I just wanted to have an experience and stay like for 2 or 3 years. But then I've started changing my mind. I saw how like amazing Australia is.
The country,
and I stayed. I arrived as a student. I'm still a student at the moment. I'm on a student visa.
Yeah.
But now things are changing since I got this qualification.
Yes, and I'm guessing that when you arrived in Australia, you were studying. Were you working as well? Or?
Yes. When I arrived here, I arrived to study English. I did an English course, and I got my certificate in the Cambridge English exam, which was great. My English improved a lot.
Good.
And then I decided to stay a little bit more, and I extended my visa for a project management course.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that since then. And now I'm looking forward to starting a career here and working in my field.
Yeah, good. And do you remember how did you get to know me? Do you remember when was the first time that you saw me? Or?
Yes, I was curious about the process of getting the qualification here, even though that wasn't my intention in the beginning, because I wanted to go back to Brazil. So I think that I saw your content on your YouTube channel. I didn't know if you have the mentorship at the time. I don't think you did. And it was before I started your program, actually. I think 1 year before that. And I started following you on your YouTube channel, and also you had a website. Yes. So yeah, I was just curious at the time, even though it wasn't my intention to get my qualification here.
No, that's something that I always ask my audience and my students that started to follow my videos and the content in YouTube, Facebook, etc. And when you watch those videos, what did you think about the content? Did it help at the time a little bit, or?
Yes, it was enlightening. Like it gave me some direction of where I needed to go, but like I wasn't really motivated, or I wasn't willing to put the effort or the energy into this. Yeah. So it almost felt like it was something not achievable at the time. And so I just set it aside, and I was like, I might as well just do something else and enjoy my time here until it's time to go back home. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And you got to know me. You probably participated in the free workshop that I promote a few times a year. Mm-hmm. And then when I opened my online mentoring program, did you have any fear, or did you have anything that you thought, oh, should I be part of this online mentoring program?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't, hey?
Yeah.
Yes, I felt like I wouldn't, like, my experience wasn't good enough. So okay. I think I was a little bit like, self-conscious about my experience in general, like if I would be able to prove to Engineers Australia that I was capable of working as an engineer in Australia. So yeah,
and that's a very common fear and very common objection that people usually not sure if their experience is going to be good enough for Engineers Australia. And you're just going to know if you ended up doing and applying.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then I was going back to my my documents here, and I saw that on the 23rd of August 2020, for some whatever reason, you went to my mentoring website, and then you click the button, and then you invested in the validation formula mentoring. What did it make you to click on that button and to join the program?
That's a good one. Like at the time I had a partner, and she was like I told you, I didn't feel like I was good enough to get an engineering job in Australia, but she was motivating me and she was encouraging me to try to find a job here. Yeah. And I was like, no, like it's impossible. I'm on a visa. I have all these restrictions. And I tried to apply for some jobs, but they never answered me back. So yeah. I thought that, no, I need to do something else. I need to actually have something proving that I'm capable of doing whatever job. So yeah. And I like I said, I knew your content. I knew who you were at the time. Yeah. And okay. I had a workmate. Like I think he gave an interview before to you, and I asked him for some feedback, Walter, and he said a lot of good things about you.
Was it Walter?
Yes, Walter. And he said a lot of good things about you. So I trusted you even before I met you. I trusted your work, and I knew like it came from a good place. I saw your story, it is a quite inspiring story. The fact that you overcame your cancer and everything, it was like, no, this is something I should aim for. And when I bought the program, I knew that it was the right thing. So I wasn't scared or anything. I think I was very, very certain that I was doing the right thing when I got, and it was actually, here I am.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Doing that.
And Walter, an environmental engineer from Gold Coast that got his qualification validated as well.
Yes.
Very good student as well. And then obviously you watch the classes, you watch all the material in the mentoring program, and after having done and watched everything and participate in the sessions and everything else, what did you think it changed in regards to writing, the CPD, the career episodes, the summary statement? Yeah. Did it change anything, the way that you approach to write?
Absolutely. Like, I think that I'm someone that naturally puts things off. Like, I procrastinate if I don't have the pressure and also, like, I wasn't taking it seriously. I knew how the process was because I saw your free content. I downloaded the booklet.
Yeah.
But I think once you invest money and you put some money into this, and you have skin on the game, like you have something to lose, and there's also a deadline. So it gives you, if you will, like it gave me the little push that I needed to start doing some work. And so
we all need a little bit of push.
Yes, exactly.
I'm a professional procrastinator myself. Okay. No, very, very good.
Yes.
And before kind of joining the mentoring program, how long were you trying to start your process and writing all your documents? Did you try before, or?
Yes, I saw that you during before I bought the program, I saw that you said there's three kinds of people. The first one, that do the process by themselves, which is quite hard because it takes time. You have to study everything by yourself. You don't know what Engineers Australia want. You don't know how they think. There's you that creates the bridge between us and Engineers Australia. You give all the information needed.
A little bit of push.
And you also give the motivation we need to start doing this.
Yeah.
And there's the people that do the wrong thing, unfortunately, that they just pay someone else to do that for themselves, which is like, so I thought to myself, like, why would I, if you are like offering the program for a very fair price at the time, like, I think the value that you charge for what the value that you offer is amazing. So I thought to myself, why not? I should try this. And no regrets. I got the program, and yes.
Because I spoke with many engineers, and a lot of engineers, they consulted consultants and agents, and they usually charge between $4,000 and $7,000 for a consultancy. And I used to be an international student myself, and I know how hard it is when you're earning, $20, $24 an hour, and then you got to pay for your accommodation, pay for your food, pay for the school, pay for the visa, get some money aside to renew visa, renew course and everything. I know it's very difficult. So that's why I ended up doing in a group, because then I can split the costs. And, and then you guys, students, my students, you are then benefited with a very low investment.
Absolutely.
All right. No, that's excellent. And if you could give a hint to somebody, for example, you've got few people watching tonight, and probably more people that will watch when it's available in IGTV. If you could give a hint to somebody that is qualified engineer but overseas and trying to do the validation process, and they have the same difficulties that you had in the beginning, procrastination, not knowing really what to do, even though you understand the process, but you don't know how to address competencies. If you have to give a hint, what would that hint be?
I think that the first hint would be obviously like find a mentor.
All right.
Find a mentor. Yeah, Jason is giving you is giving you all the information that you guys need. You don't need to be lost. You don't need to start looking for something. Like, he's there to guide you. And second one, I think that you just as in my personal experience, I like to take my time to do something instead of rushing things. I like to take my time so I could do a good job. And I took my time to understand, like, I saw all your videos, I watched all the content. So I took my time to understand how Engineers Australia think, what are their values, what they want. And I understood how what the institution was. And I took my time to, and I also watched all your videos about all the competencies, so I understood what each competency was like, and I brainstormed the ideas, what I would write.
Yeah.
And after I had done everything, after I brainstormed, I took all my notes and understood everything, I started writing down the career episodes. And doing a bit like everything else in life, you have to have discipline. You have to do a bit every day. So I think for myself, I had 1 or 2 hours every day to sit down, write the career episodes. I didn't rush, so I had all the idea organized, and I wrote it down like you actually suggest students to do, as if it was a storyline. So I had a beginning, an end, a middle, and an end.
And then,
yeah. So I had all my ideas organized, and I wrote it down, took my time, dedicated a bit every day, didn't try to rush it. I had someone else to help me with grammar and everything, because obviously English is not our first language, so we have our struggles. Yeah. And that was basically just be honest, like, and it's doable, it's achievable. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like that you follow the formula. Yeah, the mentoring program is called Validation Formula for a reason, because you follow the formula. You organize yourself, you brainstorm your ideas, you put together, you put on a paper, you thought about it, and then you watch all the classes, and then after that you start writing, took your time.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what people need to do. I keep saying that the success in the validation process is 80% planning and thinking, and then 20% writing.
Yes.
So, no, that's excellent. And after you got your validation, the email that comes from Engineers Australia.
Oh my God!
Should I open or not open? Yeah, tell us what was the emotion when you got the email and you read the news.
I was very anxious before I got the email, because they required me some additional information, because there was like 1 or 2 discrepancies in my career episodes, like the small little things regarding some dates, and I sent them through the documentation proving that everything was fine. So I was really anxious. Like, I sent them on a Friday, and I waited all weekend so I could get my outcome. And then once I got it, I was actually at work, and I have started a job already as an engineer here. So I got my job before the qualification. I was very fortunate. Yeah. And there was no words for it. Like, I was very, very happy. People at work were celebrating with me. Wow. It was like,
that's excellent.
It was a really good feeling. Like, you cannot put into words. Like,
it is difficult.
It's just feel proud about your hard work and everything you've done. Yeah. Because Yeah,
and now that you've got the validation, what does that mean for you? What does it change anything now that you have your qualification validated? Does it change anything in your life?
Yeah, it's like, absolutely. Like, I think that it's a big deal, obviously, like, because not only you're qualified to work an engineer in Australia as an engineer in Australia, but it also open doors, I think, to everywhere else in the world. Because if you come, let's just say, to another country and you prove to them that you're qualified as an engineer in Australia, it's a big deal. But
It is, yeah.
as far as Australia is concerned, my stay here is like, I would say that I got so many more options now, and it changed my life in a way that I have a choice now. If I want to live a life here, because Australia wants engineers, they lack engineers now.
Desperate need, yeah.
And I have a choice now, and I feel like if I want to live a life here, if I want to keep going with my dreams, and if I want to choose to stay here, I can. And
you have the prerequisite now done. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. If you're going to apply for a skilled visa, a permanent visa or something, you have at least one prerequisite done, which is the skills assessment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So like it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So now I feel like I have much more power in my hands to make a choice about my life, the direction I want to go. And before that, if I wanted to stay in Australia, yes, there's people that stay here, but as an engineer, it's much easier. Like you said, you have one of the requirements. Yes,
it is. No, certainly, yeah, very well done, Andre. You know, it's all your credit and merit. I'm very happy to be part of it, to give a little bit of push, but everything that you wrote and everything that was in your application is from your head. So I just helped to organize a little bit and for you to catch the right information to put in the paper. But yeah, nothing more than that.
Yeah, but like it wouldn't be, I don't think I would have done it if it wasn't for your support and your help. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate the work you're doing because, like I said, it's coming from a good place. Your story is very inspiring too. Yeah, and thanks for helping people. Like it's not just me. You've helped 18, 19 more, I don't know, and 100% approval. That's remarkable.
Yes,
so congratulations
19,
for that.
19 students approved, of the 19 that applied. And also I have people in the audience that they are part of the first group that they do by themselves. They send me a message saying, Jason, I watch your content. I was not your student, but your content helped me to be validated. Thank you very much. So there's probably a few more that they've been validated that are not my student, but my content ended up helping them in one way or another. Yeah. And I'm very happy with that. The more overseas engineers I can help, obviously my objective is to help people, and I'll be very happy. So if you are happy when you got your news, I get very happy as well. You know, I share with my wife and say, look at this message. Another one that was validated, and I'm part of their life now. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Now, certainly, I would like to thank you, Andre. And tomorrow we're going to have an interview with Rodrigo Gomez. He's a production engineer, and he's been validated as well. He actually was part of the first group, very first group. Yeah, he was one of the guinea pigs. So the very first group back in June 2019. And he took his time. He had other priorities, and then this year he decided to do it. And he got approved quite recently as well as a production engineer. And tomorrow, 8 p.m. Brisbane time, I will be interviewing him for him to share his experience and journey as well. All right. Well, thanks, Andre. I can see that you've got a lot of friends that sending you very positive energy.
They're all engineers.
They're all engineers. Are they in Brazil or are they here?
Some of them in Brazil.
All right. Okay. Well, if you are in Brazil, if you want to become an engineer in Australia, listen what your friend Andre has to say, and listen to what he's done. because nowadays I kind of stop listening of what people say, but I listen what people do, because a lot of people say a lot of things and they don't do anything, but I listen to what people do. And you should be very proud of yourself, and your friends very proud of yourself as well, Andre, because you said that you're going to do, and then you overcame procrastination and you've done it. You achieved your objective, and I'm very happy for you.
Yeah, that you, like I said, it wouldn't be possible without your help. So I really appreciate what you're doing. And thanks again for inviting me. And hopefully I could offer some like help with my experience to my fellow engineering friends and inspire some of them to come here.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, Australia needs lots of engineers. With COVID, it's about 17,000 engineers that didn't come from overseas, and the market is desperately needing of engineers. So please come, get validated, and help Australia to be already a very good country, a better country. All right, Andre, I don't want to take up too much of your time. You were very generous in donating your time to me and to everybody else. I would like to thank you very much. I wish you all the best in your journey to find the next level in your engineering career. You are in Queensland. You know that the next step now is for you to become RPEQ, a Registered Professional Engineer of Queensland. And I'm here. I'm RPEQ already since 2011. So more than 10 years RPEQ. I can help you and give some hints how to become an RPEQ as well.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for that again. Thanks for your help. And have a good night.
Okay. All right then. Thanks, Andre. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
And thanks everybody. For those that don't know yet, this coming Sunday, we're going to start our free workshop. I want to become an engineer in Australia. It starts Sunday, 10 a.m. Brisbane time. It's going to be in 11 a.m. Sydney or Melbourne time. And those in Brazil, is going to be Saturday, 9 p.m. And tomorrow, and for those ones that are not registered yet, you can go to my bio. You go to the corner there, go to my bio. There's a link. You can register for free. It's 100% free, 100% online. And in 1 week, you will learn everything you need to know to start your validation process. And tomorrow, 8 p.m., I'm interviewing Rodrigo, a production engineer that was validated by Engineers Australia as well. Thank you very much. You guys have a very good night. And thanks, Andre, again for your time. See you then. Bye-bye.